What's up? And welcome back. I'm John Stark, back to MovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and today we are talking Emmys again. Still, I'm doing it. Yesterday I did Best Comedy Series, so we're rolling into Best Actor in a Comedy Series. See how this works? We're moving through the categories. um, so we're gonna build 5 spots. I know. I'm disappointed too. I talked about this yesterday. It's like there's so much TV, just like there's so much film, and we try to reward like the bare minimum. One of the things that I like that's a little bit different is I like the award shows that have like that extra nominee, you know? Like they give just a little bit more than the others. So when you have like-minded award shows, like Golden Globes goes to 6. So you're like, "Oh, do I like the Golden Globes more than the Oscars right now?" Kind of. Because then they split up into categories, so you're awarding dramas and comedies, so it's like we actually get to praise. Sometimes it allows for some really dumb nominees, like Johnny Depp and Angelina Jolie for The Tourist, who shouldn't have been anywhere near an awards conversation, but I think we've rectified that with the Golden Globes. It's a completely different voting body. So moving forward, I have high hopes. But he's got high hopes. Anyway, click like and subscribe because I'm losing my mind. I am. So, Best Actor in a Comedy Series. I have to build 5 spots. So, I guess to start off, I always want to kind of go with like who has a shot at winning. Like who could win this category? Who's in the lead? We kind of look at like who I had in comedy series yesterday. Hacks doesn't have a male lead, so we're gonna jump that. The studio has a male lead, and I do think Seth Rogen is gonna get a nomination, so we're gonna slot Seth Rogen for the studio, give him a spot. The Bear has Jeremy Allen White, who I would be shocked if he didn't get a nomination. We're still in Jeremy Allen White Palooza, and I think he's on his way to an Oscar nomination this year for playing Springsteen. So as long as that movie just isn't terrible, I don't know if it'll end up in the picture race, but it's directed by Scott Cooper, I believe, who did get Jeff Bridges to a nomination for Crazy Heart. So I think he can get everybody's favorite rising star, Jeremy Allen White, to a nomination. So he's going to get another Emmy nomination here. Abbott Elementary doesn't have a male lead. What We Do in the Shadows would be Matt Berry. I don't think Matt Berry is going to sneak in here this year, sadly. We'll come back to Only Murders in the Building. And I had Shrinking, Jason Segel. You know what? I actually think he's going to get nominated. I think Shrinking did enough. I think Shrinking in its second season did enough. I think wasn't he the only nominee last time? I think, if I remember pretty much, like Harrison Ford didn't get the nomination. I think Jason did. So I think he's likely to repeat here. So I'm gonna give Jason Segel the nomination for Shrinking. So that is 3 spots. I have 2 spots left. Me, right? So what else do we have that could get a spot without having a series nomination? Do I think anybody from Righteous Gems? No, I don't. Sadly, I don't think Danny McBride is going to get the nomination. I think they're just going to shut out Righteous Gemstones. Bakar whatever, from Ghosts. Lovely choice, and I think they're going to shut him out. I don't really see anything from a network television show, just in general, coming out of that race. Hulu, we do have Nathan Lane is in the race for Mid-Century Modern. I'm not going to discount him. He's been in the race before. He's somebody who we like to nominate and give awards to. He's a well-beloved actor. It'll be interesting to see how much they love Mid-Century Modern. Also, Atoyo, Luke Kirby could be here. Benito from Overcompensating could be here. There are some other actors. I don't think we have some other shows like Government Cheese isn't going to materialize any nominations. And then we have the cluster. Look at Netflix, which I talked about the other day when I didn't give Netflix a series nomination. Because I was like, it's just too many damn shows. They have too many freshman shows, plus they still have returning shows that they have to submit. It seems weird for me to say Cobra Kai for series, but it's a show that was previously nominated in series, so Netflix is going to submit it. It is the final season of Cobra Kai. It's unlikely to get the nomination, but Cobra Kai and The Boys have both been nominated, and there's no reason, like, why would you not? So, so the Netflix problem is that you have Adam Brody and Ted Danson, who are male leads from Netflix shows. It sort of is a problem that will repeat itself shortly in the actress in a comedy series race, which we'll get to tomorrow. But for a lead actor, we very much have an Adam Brody, Ted Danson problem. Ted Danson's been nominated a bajillion times, so he feels like he could be nominated, sort of like a Kelsey Grammer for Frasier nomination. Just sort of like one of those things that just happens because, well, because. It almost feels like the safe bet is that they're going to pick Ted Danson for A Man on the Inside just because. I hear a lot about how people like love and respect Adam Brody, but that doesn't really reflect in his casting though. Like the course of his career hasn't really led me to believe that we've gotten to this point where like we've been waiting all this time for a moment like this to nominate Adam Brody. He's not the actor that I think has been awaiting a nomination. So oddly enough, I could see a Good Place thing happening where Ted Danson gets the nomination and then Kristen Bell gets the nomination. And then it's like, oh, the Good Place cast. I think Adam is very vulnerable to Ted Danson. They could get spots 3 and 4. I haven't slotted either of the Only Murders boys, Stephen Martin, yet. So there is one other actor, though, that I want to talk about because I think they have a really good chance. I don't know what their campaign looks like, but hopefully their campaign looks like something because I think they did get some sort of like a couple nominations and recognitions, but it's Brian Jordan Alvarez for English teacher for sort of like a breakthrough performance. Like I couldn't see English teacher getting anywhere not nominated anywhere but here. And I think English teacher was well received. And I think it's the kind of nomination that could surprise, but it feels like it's almost like as the Bears starting to show age, FX has English teacher coming up behind it. So they have this new show that it would sort of behoove them because the Bear isn't going to run forever. It's just not. So the cast is getting too many job offers. Even Liza Colin-Zayas is getting, like, she's starting to get cast in other things too. So it's going to become a show that's really hard to shoot. Just kind of like how they keep talking about how, yeah, we'll do a 3rd season of Big Little Lies. Will you? They're all open to it, but good luck with that. good luck with those filming schedules. Since Nicole Kidman literally can't stop, won't stop. But yeah, as much as I would love to see like Luke Kirby get a nomination here, Danny McBride, obviously like Matt Berry would be great to nominate. There's so many people here that I would love to see show up. I think probably the safe bet is Ted Danson. I think the safe bet is Ted Danson for A Man on the Inside. I think they're gonna go for the layup and ditch Adam Brody. And then I want to pick Brian Jordan Alvarez, which means I'm leaving out both of the Only Murders guys, including Martin Short, who some people think it could be a mistake, and then I don't know which mistake I'm making because when you give me 5 spots and I have more than 5 actors who deserve a nomination, and I have actors who've been previously nominated, at some point they're going to stop getting nominated. So do I think Martin Short could stop getting nominated this year so that we could embrace 2 new actors from 2 new shows, Ted Danson and Brian Jordan Alvarez? Sure. Along with, obviously, Seth Rogen's from a new show. So, those are my 5. Those are my thoughts on the 5. That's what I've got for you today. We're going with Seth Rogen, Jeremy Allen White. We're going with um, Ted Danson. Uh, yep. Brian Jordan Alvarez. Jesus Christ. And Jason Segel. I did them out of order and then it threw my mind off. So those are five that I think are getting nominated. Who do you think is getting nominated? It's okay if you think one of the Only Murders guys. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I don't think Adam Brody's out of it. I just think he's up against Ted Danson. They could both get nominated. Netflix could get 2 nominations here and knock Brian Jordan Alvarez and Only Murders out. But FX has also proven themselves to be a pretty strong campaigner. They just won last year with Shogun. So they're also equally strong at campaigning. If HBO had another show that had strong male actors, I would think that they could get nominated. But I know what they have and no, it's not getting nominated. So I know I know these shows have fans, but some things are just like, yes, that's for Emmys, and there are other things that are like, no, that's not for Emmys, but it's fun. Like Netflix has XO Kitty, which is running. I don't know that that show has much of an Emmy campaign for it, but it doesn't mean that you should stop watching it. So, join me tomorrow for Actress in a Comedy series, and we'll see what I think about that. Until then, see you guys on the other side.